Well, Myron had surgery this morning. Went well. Screw, pretty standard. And now we'll go through the rehab procedure. So nothing other than that. Everybody has practiced that. Had some bumps and bruises from the game. So nobody will be out other than Myron.
I noticed that you do the nameless, faceless opponent sort of point to try to get you to past everybody. Is that easier to drive home in week 2 just because it's not week 8? This isn't the dog days of the season. It's a little bit easier to stay locked in.
I think so. I think reasonable people would kind of look at it's early in the season and they haven't played a whole lot of football. They've, prepared for 7-8 months. I guess it assumes that you're a reasonable person. My answer would be that I think that this group is mature enough and there's enough leadership that they know that Ball State has got enough weapons that they can put some points on the board. And why not go in and play and have fun and enjoy it? And you've worked so hard to get to this point. So my sense is that the way that that this team has prepared, that they recognize coming into their own stadium that they're going to have to exert themselves to a level that they have over the last 7.5 months. Look, if they just if they go at this game the way they've worked out for me and Coach Bayless and everybody, then we'll play well.
With how impactful the pass rush was on Saturday for Michigan and for you guys, do you look at that as from a recruiting perspective of should we maybe try to sign an extra D end every year, try to find another hot A every cycle, maybe bump up your numbers at that position because it takes a little bit longer to develop guys.
Yeah, my philosophy has always been corner and a pass rusher has never been off the board, even if the numbers weren't there. I mean, if we felt like there was a guy that we felt that sooner or later could make a difference for us, I don't think I've ever said no to one of those. Now, we don't want to take a player at that position if we're reaching. But if there's a guy on the board that we think can get us off the field, especially at that position, we'll definitely take an extra player there.
Off topic, but how have you seen sort of the concussion protocol process change and evolve just since you've been working with Rob, your medical team?
Well, first of all, we have a medical spotter now. So there's a communication system that was never in place, first of all. So a medical spotter that's communicating with somebody on the field that is watching for any signs. We never had that in place. A medical tent that allows us to immediately get to somebody that may have a head injury. And then with eye scan, which can give us an immediate feedback on whether somebody can protect themselves. And then the immediate feedback on a computer to see what their testing shows. We were able to work through a concussion protocol in under a half hour. And I mean all the stages from eye scan to King Devic to balance to exertion, which sometimes could take 2 weeks if somebody is asymptomatic. So pretty impressive what we've been able to put.
Did Alize go through that?
He went through all the stages.
The guy you're referencing?
Yes. Well, no, it wasn't quick. I mean, they went through each one of the stages, and then he checked the box, and they moved him through the next stage deliberately, and they kept me abreast. They said, he's at this point, in the protocol, and we'll let you know where he is. And he's out, but here's where he is in the process.
Brandon, your offensive tackles had a real challenge last Saturday.
Yeah.
What's your message to them this week? Is there a technique solution to everything that they went through, or you're going against a freak like Winovich?
Yeah. You know, Winovich, if you really watch the film, where he was as disruptive is when the ball was away. I mean, his motor was outstanding. He made a lot of plays when the ball went away from him. And so his motor, his 1-2 was really, really big. Point of attack, we can get hands on him, and I'm not saying you can neutralize him. It's when you don't have a hat on him is where he wreaks havoc. And when you try to trap out on him and he can penetrate the line of scrimmage. This week it's a 3-4 defense, so those tackles are going to have to handle edge players. So there's some similarity in terms of what they have to do again in terms of alerting and edge presence, and they'll be challenged again in space. This is not leaning on a 5 technique, which they kind of like to do a little bit more.
When a guy's having that much success against you, does it kind of snowball in the mind of an offensive tackle?
No, I don't think so, because of the way, he was a chase player. And not to use a pun, no pun intended, but he was really he was running plays down. He was really, really active. Of course, he made some nice plays in pass rush, too. But he's such a fast, athletic player. They didn't feel overwhelmed, but he's just so quick and athletic.
So what do you do to encourage them this week or to solve the problem?
Yeah, I don't think they feel as though their confidence has been diminished as much as they feel like, both of them had a chance to work against 2 outstanding players in Gary and Winovich. So I think they leave the game, feeling better that they really got challenged more so than they got beat up.
Josh Lugg, 13 snaps or so.
Got a taste.
Yeah, he whiffed on that one.
Yeah.
One for on the quarterback draw. But other than that,
Yeah, I think, Josh got in there, and I think this is going to be a matter of him continuing to get a little bit more time each and every week and getting more comfortable. He's got to settle down a little bit and get into the flow of things. But we like Josh. We think he's going to be a really good player.
I mean, do you want to try to rotate him?
Well, he's definitely a guy that we want to continue to get some more experience, yes.
Right. Who are some other players that, if all goes well, you can get some more experience, the second level guys that just couldn't get in against Michigan because of the tightness of the game?
All of our players will be prepared to play. All of our guys, are prepared. I don't know. There's not one guy that I think, them saying, we've prepared them all. They're all ready to play.
I guess on that note, Dante Ballin kind of got forced in there a couple times because of Price was cramping, I believe. He seemed to acquit himself well on playing his role in the bubble screen and downfield. How does he kind of emerge from the beginning of August till now, where now you do have to rely on this?
I think I said before, I thought he had a really good camp. I think he's a long corner that has the ability to play both the short side and the wide side. He's settled down a little bit. Thought we maybe got a little too technical with him at times. We just needed to let him play, get out of his way a little bit. I think he's settled down nicely, and we have a lot of trust that he can go in there and play, championship football.
Ryan, what kind of response did you see from Jonathan Dorr this week?
I thought he responded the right way. He's going to kick a lot. We need him out there, and I hope he's going to kick a lot. I'm confident that we're going to be able to move the football, and that's going to translate into him kicking off. So he's got to get out there and he's got to kick.
And with Hainsey, do you feel like he's back 100% where you don't have to watch him in practice, watch his reps and so forth?
We want to be careful with him. We want to be careful with him.
And with your safety play, you mentioned that Jalen Elliott was more consistent performance and assignment correct. Connecting that with Terry Joseph's teaching and so forth, what do you feel like he's had as a positions coach effect on your safety group?
He's a great teacher. The players really enjoy playing for him. He's got a really good relationship with all of our players. I wouldn't necessarily say that Jalen has blossomed just because of Terry. I think he's a mature player in that he has now taken all those snaps from last year, and he's communicating extremely well. Like, he's very vocal out there. Although he's not necessarily the most vocal, his actions speak louder than words, the way he plays. Jalen's a very, very good communicator. He's doing a lot of talking. Terry's a great coach. The players really enjoy playing for him. But I think Jalen has matured to the level where he's a nice piece back there because he's communicating to the corner. He's communicating to Alohi. He's a vocal piece for us back there.
And with Houston, does he fit with Crawford out? Does he fit better training at nickel or being a backup safety that you can rotate in and continue to develop there, or both?
Well, I think what makes most sense is to get him reps wherever we can squeeze him in, and right now it means in both positions because Nick Coleman's getting work at that position as well. I don't think we have the luxury to just settle him in at one position because there's competition. So we made the decision to cross-train him in the hope that that gets him more playing time. I think the only thing that he lacks is real snaps. And so when we get these kinds of situations, we try to decide, are you better off just leaving him at one position, or do you try to cross-train him and get him more reps? We think he's going to be a better player by playing.
If I could clarify on Hainsey, you
Yeah.
said you're being careful with him because of his injury during the preseason or because of what happened last week?
No, we just feel like he's a guy that would benefit not having an overload of snaps right now. He's 296 pounds. He's a guy that has had problems keeping weight on. He's a guy that we don't need to push. We need to be smart with him.
He missed enough time in the preseason. Does that concern you? Is that part of this?
No, we feel like he's over that, but he's still a guy that I think at his size that we feel like we can rotate people in there and keep him fresh throughout the entire year. We're really thinking about the long haul here, and not a guy that like I said, at 296 that we think we need to push and try to get every snap out of practice and 80 snaps out of a game. Let's be smart, and I think we'll continue to be smart with him.
Brian, my question is, taking you back to your days at Central Michigan, and when you were going up against stepping up to play somebody like they're stepping up to play you, what was going through your mind? What might be going through your mind as you approach this?
How much was the guarantee for? That was the first question. It better be a big one. Yeah. We're there to compete. We're there to go out there and catch you, off guard and go and compete.
So that's what you're saying to your kids. That's going up there.
Absolutely. We're going to go up there and give it our best shot. We've got nothing to lose. Nobody expects us to win this football game. Let's go in there and shock the world.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Good move, Holtz.
Yeah, why not?